Today, I'm telling you the best brawler of each rarity. I am going to tell you which brawler is good, so you will also get a small guide so you can better understand how to play these brawlers, while you also watch an entertaining video. So, have much fun with this video, and let's go! Of the rare brawlers, Colt is the best brawler. Colt is a damage dealer who, if you can play with him well, is insane. The only thing that is difficult with him is to master his aim, and that assassins often counter him. An Edgar can kill him quite easily, for example. That is also the reason why you want to play Colt on long-range MPAs. Before I go into that, this is the build you want to play for Colt. But coming back to the maps, Colt is good on long-range maps. In Solo Showdown, there are now many long-range maps in rotation, so maps like this, Colt is good on, but especially in 3 vs 3, Colt is the best. Game modes like Heist Colt is one of the best choices because he just does so much damage and can easily kill other brawlers. And one reason for me that I really like about Colt is that you can get really good with him. You must have seen clips that Colt is just so good when you have his aim and movement under control. He is then just unstoppable, and really one of the best brawlers in the game, so I definitely recommend you to play Colt yourself. The disadvantage of Colt is that he is not very good against assassins, so the game mode Solo Showdown is quite difficult for him, but on long-range maps you can definitely play him. If you hit a good beam with Colt, you do a lot of damage. That's why you want to walk in the same direction as the opponent while shooting so that you hit all your bullets. And you know what else you have to hit? The subscribe button. I'm almost at those 10,000 subscribers. Thanks. Look here, my aim is really bad, and then you can see how that turns out. Alright, let's go to the next rarity, and that is super rare. For this one, I chose Dynamite. I was hesitating between Gus and Dynamite, but I feel you can do more with Dynamite. He is good in more game modes and maps, so I chose him. Before we start, I will give you the build first. You want to play Dynamite on maps with a lot of walls. In Solo Showdown, you can play him on Skull Creek or Cavern Churn, for example. What is a thing is that you have to play a lot with Dynamite if you want to be good with him. You have to practice a lot before you hit people quickly because you have to predict someone's movement. But this all comes naturally. In 3 vs 3 game modes, Dynamite is also very good. You can do so much with him that is just not normal. What I do have some doubts about is that if you don't care that much about the Dyna Jump, that the other star power is better, because you do a lot more damage and that makes a huge difference, even when you have your hypercharge. Let's go! Well, for the epic brawlers, I think Stu is the best. Stu is my favorite brawler because he is just so good. What is similar to Colt is that you can really become him. I always like this when this is possible with a brawler. I will start with the build. Stu, you want to play on close and mid-range maps. In Solo Showdown, for example, Stormy Plains and Rockwall Brawl. As Stu, you counter the meta. Brawlers like Buzz or Shelly you can easily kill. This is because of your super. You can move quickly through the map. Because of this, you can surprise a lot of brawlers. Your gadget also helps a lot with this. His gadget is, in my opinion, one of the best in the game. You can make so many kills with it. Because if they want to hide, you can still kill them. A tactic that is very good that I will explain to you is, if you have your super, and there is someone in front of you, shoot at someone and use your super immediately, then you have your super again immediately. In gameplay I do it often, so pay close attention. In 3 vs 3, Stu is also a very good option. Your goal is to go for kills. You can easily make kills, so do this. You want to play very aggressive so that your team can do the other work. Game modes like Brawl Ball and Knockout. I recommend Stu. Stu is very good in 1 vs 1 with this. I mean, if you fight against another brawler on your own, you should always win. In Showdown, this is very good, so you only want to watch out for third parties. You also don't want to play too aggressive as Stu. Sometimes I come up against other Stu players and then they often die right away because they play very aggressive. As Stu, you need a lot of game sense. This is important because you have to know if you are going to win a fight, or if there can be a thry party and so on. So you also have to know your matchups. Against which brawler am I good, and against which brawler am I bad. You have to know all this to become very good with a brawler. So I chose Stu as best epic brawler because he was the best everywhere in my opinion. For the mythic brawlers, it was actually very simple for me. Buzz is just very good, and maybe even more important, you need very little skill. You can easily make kills with your super. You can play Buzz in two ways. On maps with a lot of bushes, by using their vision gear, or on more mid-range maps. But then you want to use the other gadget, and go for as many cubes as possible. Cubes are very important for Buzz, because with few cubes he simply does too little damage to win. This is the build I recommend for Buzz. Buzz is just very simple to play. You want to play aggressive with your super so that you get as many cubes as possible. Once you have a lot of cubes, you have basically always won the game. On close range maps with a lot of bushes, you want to watch out for Shelly or Bull. On these maps, they can still kill you quite easily. Well, we have come to the last rarity, and that is Legendary. This one was very difficult for me because I was doubting between Surge, Leon, and Cordelius, but I still chose Surge. Surge is overall a very good brawler that you can get very good at. To level up quickly in the beginning of the game requires quite some skill and game sense, but from then on you can just push everyone with no skill. At some point you are just unstoppable. This was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave in the comments what you thought of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next video.